See, that's a shark in there.
Something is moving beneath Iran's deserts, and U.S. Army drones just captured terrifying creatures no one expected. What began as routine military drone swarms over remote Iranian deserts suddenly turned into a classified nightmare. Heat signatures twisting beneath sand, enormous shadows outrunning patrol drones, and shapes rising where nothing should survive. Soldiers whispered about things watching them from the dunes. Cameras recorded bodies too long, limbs bending wrong, eyes flashing through dust storms like signals from something ancient and furious. Some footage vanished, some was leaked, and some was never explained at all. Before we dive into these chilling recordings, like, comment, and subscribe to Mystery Footage Uncovered for more forbidden discoveries. The contained shark aberration. A roadside traffic drone operated by a civilian contractor over a military convoy in western Iran captured a massive cylindrical transport tank carrying something alive inside. A pale shape turned inside the tank, caught on camera. Rows of jagged teeth pressed against glass, filmed clearly. Green reflective eyes rotated toward the drone. Scientists shocked. The creature appears shark-like, but its skull proportions, elongated jaw joints, and blotched gray skin may indicate accelerated mutation from radiation exposure or experimental gene splicing, producing a predator heavier than a pickup truck, yet moving with the slow, coiled patience of a deep-sea hunter trapped in a glowing tube. If something that large can survive transport-like cargo, what else is already moving unseen across these highways? The armored Serpent convoy. Helmet-mounted combat footage from a U.S. Army escort unit moving through a muddy mountain corridor in northern Iran recorded a massive scaled body strapped to a heavy transport trailer. The coils shifted slightly, caught on camera. A jointed spine flexed beneath restraints, filmed clearly. One pale eye opened briefly, scientists shocked. The body structure suggests an elongated vertebrate with extra rib articulation and irregular limb stubs embedded along the torso, possibly indicating an evolutionary offshoot of serpentine species altered by radiation or subterranean environmental pressure. Its mass comparable to a freight locomotive, yet breathing slowly like a resting anaconda. If the military needed helicopters just to stabilize its transport, what happens if something like this ever wakes up fully? The forest giant anomaly. A surveillance drone operated by a private forestry contractor over dense mountains in western Iran recorded a towering humanoid form moving silently through the treetops. A massive back rose above the forest, caught on camera. Arms swung with unnatural length, filmed clearly. Two reflective white eyes turned upward, scientists shocked. The anatomy shows disproportionate limb length, uneven spinal curvature, and blotched gray skin, suggesting abnormal tissue growth or possible genetic divergence triggered by environmental toxins, creating a creature hunched like a wrecked pickup truck, yet moving with the quiet stride of a professional linebacker crossing open ground. Some researchers quietly compare its outline to historical Dover demon sightings, raising one disturbing question. If it can walk through forests unseen, how often has it already walked past us? The jungle spider entity. Inside a military helicopter flying reconnaissance above a remote jungle valley in southern Iran, a mounted cabin camera recorded soldiers staring at something enormous rising from the canopy below. 8 limbs unfolded suddenly, caught on camera. A twisted body lurched upward, filmed clearly. Multiple red-green reflections scanned the lens. Scientists shocked. The organism appears arachnid, but its limb joints bend beyond natural arthropod limits, while its pale, cracked skin resembles stretched mammalian tissue, possibly indicating hybrid mutation, where skeletal density and muscle layering mimic a collapsed crane structure, yet allow bursts of speed like a sprinter launching off the blocks. If creatures like this can climb vertically through forest cover without warning, how many have already learned to track the helicopters above them? The Oceanic tentacle specimen. A ship-mounted crane camera aboard a naval vessel operating in Iranian waters recorded the moment a massive pale organism was lifted, dripping from the sea. The body curled weakly, caught on camera. A long, flexible limb swung downward, filmed clearly. The skin appeared cracked and oily, scientists shocked. Marine biologists reviewing the footage noted distorted musculature and elongated appendages inconsistent with known cephalopods, suggesting a possible radiation-driven mutation where soft tissue expansion creates limbs as long as collapsed bridge cables, yet maintains silent underwater propulsion similar to deep ocean predators. Witnesses reported a smell like hot metal and rotting tissue rising from the deck. If something this large was found near the surface, what unseen population might still be moving below? The contained white dragon. A highway traffic camera outside a desert logistics route in eastern Iran recorded a glowing transport container carrying a massive white reptilian entity. The head shifted slowly, caught on camera. Spine scraped the glass enclosure, filmed clearly. Yellow reflective eyes locked toward the lens, scientists shocked. The creature displays abnormal skeletal ridges, overextended limb joints, and thick plated skin, suggesting a mutated reptile whose tissue density may have adapted through radiation exposure, giving it a frame heavy as a farm tractor yet balanced with the predatory stillness of a stalking mountain lion. Some cryptozoologists note similarities to historic chupacabra descriptions, though scaled to impossible size. If such creatures can be transported alive, who is deciding where they are ultimately released? The desert mega serpent. A high-altitude drone surveying remote dunes in central Iran recorded a colossal serpent-like body carving across the sand below. Segments rolled beneath the sand, caught on camera. The spine twisted in unnatural arcs, filmed clearly. A pale reflective head surfaced briefly, scientists shocked. The creature's scale pattern and multi-jointed spinal movement suggest an evolved burrowing organism, possibly altered by subterranean radiation pockets, producing a body longer than a freight train, yet able to glide through sand with the silent speed of a desert windstorm. Its skin appears cracked and oil-darkened along several sections, indicating tissue stress or mutation instability. If it can travel beneath open desert undetected, how many military bases unknowingly sit directly above its tunnels? The city ape aberration. A civilian helicopter news camera over a coastal city in southern Iran recorded a gigantic ape-like entity rising between skyscrapers during an emergency evacuation. A massive silhouette climbed upward, caught on camera. Arms longer than building cranes swung forward, filmed clearly. Two green reflective eyes scanned the skyline, scientists shocked. Its uneven height, distorted spine, and patchy gray skin indicate possible growth hormone mutation or radiation-driven gigantism, producing a body heavy as a construction excavator, yet capable of explosive movement like a professional linebacker breaking through a defensive line. Some analysts note parallels to Loveland Frogman reports, suggesting ancient mutation lines resurfacing. If it can move through dense cities this easily, how many other urban shadows have we mistaken for buildings? The forest containment subject. Helmet camera footage from a U.S. Army containment team operating deep in a forest zone in northern Iran recorded a massive humanoid creature trapped inside a reinforced glass transport cage. The figure jerked suddenly, caught on camera. Long, twisted arms struck the enclosure, filmed clearly. Reflective pale eyes followed the soldiers, scientists shocked. The body proportions show extreme limb elongation, irregular joint rotation, and gray-mottled skin, suggesting accelerated mutation possibly caused by chemical contamination or experimental genetic interference, creating a creature hunched like a rusted tractor but capable of sudden bursts of speed, similar to an NFL running back. Some researchers whisper comparisons to skinwalker legends documented in remote regions. If it already understands the humans around it, what happens when it learns the cage doors? The desert tracking entity. A fixed security camera overlooking a military perimeter in southern Iran recorded soldiers escorting a thin, non-human creature across the base runway. The body moved in jerky bursts, caught on camera, limbs bent at unnatural angles, filmed clearly. White reflective eyes locked toward the fence, scientists shocked. The entity's skeletal distortion, elongated limbs, and pale, cracked skin may indicate severe genetic instability or adaptive mutation from prolonged radiation exposure, forming a creature light as a stray dog, yet moving with the eerie stop-start motion of a malfunctioning machine. Witnesses reported its voice sounding like wind scraping metal mixed with a faint human tone. If something that small can already track armed soldiers, how long before it begins tracking us instead? The desert Leviathan exposed. During a classified aerial sweep over southern Iran, a U.S. Army reconnaissance drone filmed a gigantic reptilian form half-buried beneath drifting desert sand. A massive spine stretched across dunes, caught on camera. Arm-like limbs spread outward, filmed clearly. Dust lifted from armored scales. Scientists shocked. Analysts suggested the creature may be a prehistoric reptile, altered by deep radiation pockets beneath the desert crust, its segmented armor resembling tank tracks, while elongated limbs bend at abnormal joints, heavy as a bulldozer, yet posed like a crocodile stretched across a football field. If only a portion of the body is visible, how much more of the creature remains buried beneath the desert floor? Radiated Sidewinder desert entity. At sunrise in Iran's Dashti Lut Desert, a helmet camera worn by a U.S. Army scout captured a pale serpent gliding sideways across untouched sand during a drone-guided patrol. A crooked trail carved the dunes, caught on camera. Its spine folded at impossible angles, filmed in one sweep. White eyes flashed toward the lens, scientists shocked. Detailed frame analysis suggests the animal could be a radiation-adapted mutation of a desert viper, its vertebrae elongated and partially fused before reforming, creating an extreme sidewinding motion. The cracked pale skin reflected light like bleached bone. The body low like a wrecked pickup frame, yet accelerating across dunes with the explosive burst of an NFL sprinter. If this predator already outruns known snakes, how long before it strikes faster than any camera can react? The horned dune serpent. During sunset surveillance above Iranian dunes, a military helicopter camera recorded a massive horned serpent erupting violently from the sand below. A spiral of dust blasted upward, caught on camera. A horned skull lifted slowly, filmed clearly. White eyes flashed toward the aircraft, scientists shocked. Biologists believe the animal may be an extreme mutation of a desert constrictor whose skull developed horn-like bone extensions used for drilling through compacted sand, its coils thick as oil pipelines, moving heavy as a freight train, yet slicing through dunes like a snowplow clearing a mountain pass. If this predator hides beneath miles of shifting sand, how many patrol flights have unknowingly passed just meters above it? The Titan Dune Serpent. An aerial surveillance drone operated by U.S. Army intelligence above the central Iranian desert recorded a massive serpentine formation traveling beneath the sand surface. A raised ridge cut across the dunes, caught on camera. Segmented shapes flexed below the surface, filmed from above. Dust erupted along the moving spine, scientists shocked. Geological analysts reviewing the footage believe the disturbance may indicate a megafauna-scale burrowing reptile, whose dermal scales evolved into overlapping armor plates resembling a convoy of tanks beneath sand, its length possibly stretching hundreds of meters, moving with slow seismic waves yet capable of sudden acceleration. Heavy as a freight train but flowing through dunes like water beneath ice, suggesting radiation-triggered growth hormones forced continuous skeletal expansion beyond normal reptilian limits. If something this large tunnels unnoticed under entire dune fields, what patrol route is actually safe above it? The Desert Serpent Standoff. A patrol drone monitoring wildlife activity across Iran's central desert unexpectedly recorded a tense standoff between a mongoose and a strangely rigid upright snake. The serpent lifted vertically, caught on camera. Its body twisted at unnatural angles, filmed clearly. A distorted hiss vibrated the microphone, scientists shocked. Specialists analyzing the footage noted the reptile's spine appears unevenly segmented with irregular joint spacing, suggesting skeletal deformation, possibly caused by chemical contamination affecting cartilage growth, allowing the animal to maintain an upright posture rarely sustained by normal snakes. Its pale gray cracked skin resembled dried cement, while white reflective eyes glared toward its opponent. And though it moved stiffly at first, the strike launched forward like a released steel spring. If such structural mutations affect small predators already, what larger species may have evolved far more extreme adaptations? The Rising Sand Titan. A reconnaissance drone scanning Iranian dunes captured a colossal reptilian body slowly emerging from beneath the desert surface. The sand collapsed around it, caught on camera. A scaled torso lifted upward, filmed clearly. Dust cascaded off its skin, scientists shocked. Experts suggest the creature may be a surviving megafauna reptile whose metabolism slowed dramatically while buried underground. allowing it to remain dormant for years before resurfacing. Its body thick as a concrete bunker, yet capable of sudden violent motion once exposed to air. If something this enormous slept beneath the dunes for decades, what exactly triggered it to rise the moment the drone passed overhead? The Dragon of Bones. A drone mapping mission across remote Iranian dunes recorded several researchers walking beside a massive fossil skeleton stretching across the desert floor. A skull larger than a truck appeared, caught on camera. Rows of spines ran for hundreds of meters, filmed clearly. Wind echoed through empty bones, scientists shocked. Geologists believe the remains may belong to an unknown megafauna predator resembling legends of desert dragons. Its spinal column curved like a derailed freight train, and its rib structures suggesting enormous lung capacity capable of enduring extreme desert heat. If a creature this gigantic once dominated the region, what disaster or rival predator was powerful enough to erase it from the desert? The Hollow Desert Serpent. A reconnaissance drone surveying an abandoned testing corridor in Iran recorded a skeletal serpent-shaped body dragging slowly across damp desert clay. A hollow frame slid forward, caught on camera. Ribs shifted beneath thin skin, filmed in silence. Green reflections blinked toward the drone, scientists shocked. Biologists studying the footage proposed the organism might be a burrowing reptile mutated by long-term radiation exposure, where internal tissue collapse left stretched connective structures beneath cracked gray scales. The creature moved like an empty fire hose pulled across pavement, yet snapped forward suddenly with predatory force, suggesting muscle groups reorganized along its spine, and some researchers even noted the head resembles descriptions of the Dover demon, the skeletal cryptid reported in Massachusetts in 1977. If something this fragile can still hunt underground, what is really moving beneath Iran's desert floor? The spiked desert worm. During a sand survey near an abandoned oil transport route in Iran, a handheld thermal camera briefly captured a dark segmented creature rising from loose desert sediment. A spiked body twisted upward, caught on camera. Yellow nodes pulsed along its sides, filmed clearly. The mouth opened sideways, scientists shocked. Researchers suggest the organism could be a mutated annelid-like life form, whose spine-like protrusions may actually function as calcified sensory organs formed through abnormal mineral buildup in contaminated soil, while its oily bluish skin and exaggerated joints hint at rapid regeneration, similar to deep-sea worms near hydrothermal vents. Witnesses described the creature bending like a collapsing crane arm, yet lunging forward with alarming speed, and its reflective green eyes reminded some observers of descriptions linked to the Loveland frogman cryptid. If such organisms thrive beneath desert soil, how many are moving where cameras never reach? The furred dune hunter. During a wildlife survey near a desert security fence in Iran, a handheld field camera captured a strange animal crossing the sand. A shaggy body moved cautiously, caught on camera. Scaled legs pressed deep tracks, filmed clearly. Its jaws opened silently, scientists shocked. Biologists suspect the creature may represent an unusual evolutionary mutation, where desert mammals developed reptilian limb structures to endure heat and abrasive sandstorms, producing a predator with fur insulation like a hyena, but armored legs resembling monitor lizards. If evolution can combine mammalian fur with reptilian durability, how many other hybrid predators might already be roaming these deserts unseen? The Circle of Desert Watchers. During a nighttime reconnaissance patrol in southern Iranian dunes, a U.S. Army operator's helmet light revealed dozens of reptiles surrounding one upright central figure. One creature stood vertically, caught on camera. The others froze in a perfect ring, filmed clearly. Eyes reflected back together, scientists shocked. Behavioral analysts examining the recording proposed the central reptile might display abnormal neurological development caused by environmental toxins, altering hormone signals tied to dominance behavior. The upright posture and elongated limbs resemble distorted iguana anatomy, yet the synchronized stillness of surrounding animals hints at hive-like behavioral mutation, and some observers compared the scene to skinwalker folklore, which often describes animals gathering unnaturally around a single dominant entity. If this gathering wasn't random wildlife behavior, what exactly was the standing creature signaling to the others? The desert puffer amphibian. A macro wildlife camera deployed by U.S. Army environmental researchers recorded a small amphibian emerging from desert sand during the night. Its throat ballooned outward, caught on camera. Speckled skin glistened under moonlight, filmed clearly. One eye fixed directly on the lens, scientists shocked. Researchers believe the amphibian may have evolved extreme moisture storage sacs, allowing survival in arid desert conditions, its inflated throat functioning as a portable water reservoir, while reflective pupils suggest nocturnal hunting adaptations rarely seen in desert amphibians. If even small amphibians are mutating to survive extreme deserts, what larger species might already be evolving the same way beneath the dunes? The abandoned missile vault. Inside a deserted underground launch facility in Iran, a U.S. Army flashlight camera recorded a rusting missile standing alone between concrete pillars. The warhead loomed overhead, caught on camera. Rust flakes drifted downward, filmed clearly. Echoes filled the chamber, scientists shocked. Military analysts studying the footage noted, the missile resembles experimental long-range systems abandoned decades ago. Yet strange biological residue discovered along the launch rails raised speculation the facility may once have hosted classified radiation or genetic experiments. If weapons testing and biological research once shared this underground complex, what exactly escaped before the base was sealed and forgotten? The armored dune digger. A reconnaissance rover camera, deployed by U.S. forces at sunset in Iran, recorded a heavily armored quadruped emerging slowly from a shallow sand basin. A plated back rolled forward, caught on camera, claws dug deep into the sand, filmed clearly. Green eyes flashed beneath armor, scientists shocked. Biologists studying the footage believe the creature resembles an armadillo lineage, but displays extreme dermal plate enlargement and unusual limb articulation, possibly caused by environmental mutagens, accelerating keratinized bone growth. The shell plates interlocked like layered tank armor, while the elongated snout probed the sand like a drilling auger. Its squat body heavy like a rusted pickup engine, yet capable of sudden bursts of speed that sprayed sand behind it like a motocross bike. If animals built like armored vehicles already roam these dunes, what predator could possibly challenge them? The Dune ambush striker. During a wildlife observation mission near abandoned radar towers in Iran, a soldier's handheld camera recorded a pale serpent erupting suddenly from beneath loose sand beside a desert shrub. The sand rippled violently, caught on camera. A blotched body exploded upward, filmed clearly. Its jaws spread wide. Scientists shocked. Herpetologists examining the footage believe the animal could be a radiation-altered sand viper whose muscle density and tendon elasticity increased dramatically, allowing it to remain buried for long periods before launching forward with explosive force. The pale gray skin carried irregular dark patches like burned cloth, and although its resting movement looked stiff and erratic, the strike snapped forward like a broken machine spring, while witnesses reported a metallic rasp in its hiss mixed with a wind-like tone. If predators like this hide inches below the surface, how many are already waiting beneath the next step? The horned desert crawler. A U.S. Army wildlife monitoring camera positioned near a sealed research bunker in Iran recorded a horned reptilian creature emerging slowly from fractured desert ground. The body crouched low, caught on camera. Spines flexed across its back, filmed clearly. A wet metallic hiss echoed, scientists shocked. Zoologists reviewing the footage believe the creature may represent an extreme genetic deviation of a desert lizard lineage where skeletal ridges expanded into protective armor while radiation damage produced irregular limb growth and additional joint articulation, giving the animal a posture hunched like a battered pickup frame, yet capable of lunging forward with the sudden speed of a striking bobcat. Its cracked yellow-brown skin appeared fossilized while reflective green pupils glowed in low light. If predators here already evolved armor and speed like this, how long before they stop avoiding human patrols entirely? The Salt Flats Breather. While crossing an Iranian salt basin, a U.S. Army technician's helmet camera captured a skeletal humanoid figure walking slowly across the white flats. A thin body advanced silently, caught on camera. Strange tubing pulsed from its chest, filmed clearly. Green eyes reflected the sun, scientists shocked. Researchers speculate the entity could be a radiation-adapted humanoid organism whose lungs evolved external filtration sacs to survive toxic desert storms, its limbs bending like twisted radio towers, Pale skin cracked like dry clay, yet capable of sudden bursts of speed resembling a startled antelope. If this being evolved to breathe air that kills humans within minutes, why did it pause and stare straight into the camera? The Colossal Horned Skull. A civilian dash camera traveling an abandoned desert highway in Iran recorded travelers stopping beside an enormous horned skull rising from the sand. The skull towered over the road, caught on camera. Horns curved like broken bridges, filmed clearly. Hollow eye sockets faced the car, scientists shocked. Paleontologists reviewing the footage suggested the remains may belong to an unknown megafauna reptile whose bone density resembles scaled armor, yet reaches a size comparable to a collapsed stadium, with horns stretching like wind turbine blades. Evidence that desert radiation zones may once have triggered abnormal biological growth. If bones this massive survived decades of erosion, what kind of creature once carried that skull across the desert? The Griffin Field Prototype. During a controlled wildlife experiment in an Iranian research zone, a U.S. Army biologist filmed a strange winged feline walking calmly under leash restraint. Feathered wings twitched, caught on camera. A cat-like body stepped silently, filmed clearly. Yellow eyes studied the handler, scientists shocked. Geneticists reviewing the footage believe the creature could result from cross-species genome splicing between raptor birds and desert felines, creating an animal with unnatural joint rotations and hybrid muscle systems designed for both sprinting and gliding, light as a coyote yet balanced in the air like a trained falcon. If engineered predators like this already exist in testing zones, were they ever meant to remain controlled? The burrowing cylinder creature. During a helicopter surveillance sweep over abandoned Iranian test dunes, a belly-mounted camera recorded a massive ribbed cylinder forcing its way briefly out of the sand. The ground split open, caught on camera. A ringed body pushed upward, filmed clearly. Sand collapsed around it, scientists shocked. Geologists initially believed the object was industrial debris, yet motion analysis revealed rhythmic muscular contractions along its segmented structure, indicating a gigantic burrowing organism whose ringed body acts like hydraulic pistons driving through sand. Its gray, rubber-like skin resembled industrial tubing, and despite weighing as much as a freight train, it vanished underground almost silently, leading some scientists to speculate that radiation-driven gigantism could have transformed a microscopic desert worm lineage into a living tunneling machine. If something this large can disappear underground instantly, what stops it from surfacing directly beneath a moving convoy? Across the deserts and forgotten zones of Iran, the drone swarms and helmet cameras of U.S. Army patrols have captured images that challenge everything we think we know about nature. Shapes moving beneath sand, creatures adapting where life should not survive, and evidence that something unknown may be evolving in silence. Whether these sightings reveal radiation mutations, undiscovered species, or something far older, one truth remains: our world still holds secrets in the places we rarely look. If these mysteries fascinate you, support our investigation, like, comment your theories, and subscribe to Mystery Footage Uncovered so we can keep revealing the footage they never expected the public to see.